so many things you can do in your 20s that can set you up to have an extremely rock solid, stable financial situation as you move into your late 20s, 30s, 40s, etc. and beyond. Just not a lot of people know about all these things. So I want to talk about some of those really specific things in this video. I know how a lot of these videos are. They're really vague. They don't tell you anything that's specific. So by the end of the video, I want to give you actual, concrete things you can either sit there and think about and make a plan about, or literally just do the action item that's in the video, okay? That's what we're going to get into. So if you're here and you're one of our first 100 subscribers on this tiny little channel we got, for the time being, you're a real G. So thanks for being here. If you don't know who I am, if you're new here, I'm Austin. I'm a co-owner of cloudmusicsuite.com. I'm a stock market investor. On this channel, we talk personal development, finance, money, all that good stuff. As a thank you for anyone who isn't subscribed for clicking that subscribe button, I just want to show you a picture of my kitty cat. She is so beautiful. I just can't get over it. So hope that made your day a little better. Let's get into these things. Steps that you can take in your 20s that are going to set you up for the best possible chance, like foolproof ways of making sure you become financially stable and potentially completely, fully financially independent and free. So number one is going to be to build credit in your 20s, all right? I'm sure you've heard it before, but I gotta put it as number one because it is the basis for so many decisions that other people are gonna make on your behalf, which is unfortunate. So you wanna make sure you're always in a position of power as it relates to having a good credit score and being able to get the best interest rates on the debt that you take out if you choose to take out debt. Some people are very anti-debt, that's okay, but if you're gonna leverage your money, like if you're gonna become a real estate investor of some kind, or if you're just gonna buy your own primary residence, having a loan on that's going to make it way easier for you to obtain that asset so that you can control that, potentially $200,000 to $600,000 asset with not that much money down in relation to that total asset value. But in order to build credit, I think the best way to do it is with credit cards, okay, with some revolving credit. Don't be going out taking personal loans. In my opinion, try to avoid student loans if at all possible. Try to avoid car loans if at all possible. But some credit cards, rotating debt, revolving debt, where you don't have to pay any interest. It's basically an option for you to pay interest on a credit card. Because if you pay it off in full before that statement balance is due, there's no interest charge. Okay, I think a lot of people don't understand this. People who don't have a credit card don't fully understand this. You never have to pay a single cent of interest on a credit card. Extremely important. I've never paid a single cent of interest and I don't plan on it because I prep myself appropriately. I don't spend money I don't have. I just use these as a tool to build my credit and to give me a little financial security as it relates to, no one has a direct link to my bank account. All they have a direct link to is my credit card, technically. So if you don't have a credit card right now, go ahead and get a secured card. The Discover It's Secured card is great. There's a ton of other secured cards. Well, if you go through Discover, they're going to give you your credit score for free inside the app. So you can check your credit score there and it'll update each month and you can see your progress. Okay, with a secured card, you're typically going to have to put money down as your credit line, and then they send you that money back after a certain amount of months if you're a good borrower, if you're a worthy borrower. All right, after that, get your second credit card, get your third credit card, etc. If at all possible, keep these as zero fee cards. No need to pay a bunch of fees unless you're going to get one of those tip-top big dog cards. But if you're just on the credit building journey, no need to pay any annual fees on your credit cards. All right, so that's number one. Building credit, definitely going to determine the interest rate you get on a loan. So you're going to be able to save a ton of money over time if you have a better interest rate as opposed to someone who has a worse interest rate because they had a worse credit score. All right, that's number one. Next up here, number two, is to live as cheaply as humanly possible, okay, while staying healthy. So stay healthy, make sure you've got shelter and you've got a car that's safe to drive. It doesn't have to be a brand new car for it to be safe to drive. Let's just get that out of the way. And try to see if you can, subsidize your housing cost by living with other people. Maybe not with strangers, but see if you can live with a few friends, split the rent so that you're paying maybe half of the rent you would have paid, or a third of the rent you would have paid, or a quarter of the rent you would have paid. That's going to free up a lot of money for you so that you can do all the other things on this item list that we're talking about in this video. So see if you can live as cheaply as possible as it relates to subsidizing your housing, living with other people, splitting bills, etc. And I don't think you should skimp at the grocery store, but don't be going out to eat on a regular basis. Food's very, very important, but the healthiest food you're gonna buy is probably not at a restaurant. It's probably at the grocery store that you prepare yourself. So I definitely don't skimp at the grocery store, spend a lot of money on groceries. I'm okay with that. But all other things in my life, I'm not going and getting a new car and getting a car loan. Okay, that's not something that I'm prioritizing right now. I don't need that. I don't even want that. I know that that money that I'm putting toward a car loan every single month could be going toward investments. The money, if I was a person who was renting, I would make sure I was renting with at least one other person so that I can put half of my rent money now into some kind of investment or my own business or something along those lines. So see if you can live as cheaply as possible while staying healthy. Very important to stay healthy. Don't be eating ramen and Skittles every day just because you're trying to save money. All right, number 3, work as much as possible in as many different sectors and industries as possible. See what you like, get as much work experience as you possibly can. Pick up a side hustle, become more valuable in some way by gaining work experience. Certificates and certifications are valuable, but they're not as valuable as getting work experience. So if you need a certificate or a certification in order to get a job so that you can have work experience, cool, go ahead and do that. But if you can just go and get a job and work for people and make connections and see what you can learn about different industries, do that first before you get a certification. That would be my opinion, okay? Hold down a job for about 2 years, get some great connections, get some great references, flip it into the next job, flip it into the next job, flip it into the next job. Or keep one job and then just kind of explore different industries. Go see if you like, maybe you're great at Photoshop. Go put yourself on Upwork or Fiverr, like these freelance websites, and go make YouTube thumbnails for people. Go edit people's pictures. If you like photography, go start your own photography company. Like, just go into all these different things and see what sticks. Okay, that's the thing that's gonna make you the most valuable, is to have a bunch of different experience in a bunch of different industries. That's my opinion. See if you can do that in your 20s so that by the time you get to your 30s, you know exactly what you love and you can pour your whole self into it, because a lot of people don't know what they love by the time they get through their 20s, okay? So just food for thought there. Work in as many different industries as possible. Next one up. While you're working for the company that you're working for, your core main job, see if you can figure out how to make your own money. So be your own boss, if you will, in some capacity outside of the job you work for. Sell your skills as a teacher, sell your skills as a coach. Maybe you played basketball in high school and college. Can you be a shooting coach for somebody? Maybe you did music and you do music at a high level. Can you be someone's private instructor? Maybe you do math at a really high level. Can you be someone's private tutor, etc.? Maybe you're really good at SAT and ACT prep and reading comprehension. You can help someone do that, ACT and SAT prep. People pay great money for that. Are you a good essay writer? Go help people with their college essays, critique their college essays, etc. Do that for a fee, all right? Or you can go on these freelance websites if you're great at Photoshop or video editing or social media managing or anything like these. Go figure out a way to make your own money. So empowering, probably the most empowering thing on this entire list. But in terms of actually empowering you as an individual financially, these are at the top of the list in my opinion. All right, number 5, learn some simple money management tools. And I think 2 of the money management tools that would be the most valuable, number 1 is something like a budgeting rule, something like the 50-30-20 rule, in which 50% of your take-home pay goes towards your living expenses, which is like rent or mortgage, utilities, gas, car payment, insurance, etc. Like things you really definitely have to have, 50% of your income. Wants would be about 30% of your income. I want to go to the gym, so I'm going to pay for a gym membership. I want to go to a concert, so I'm going to go to a concert. I want to go out to eat with friends, so I'm going to go out to eat, etc. Whatever you need. Or, I want to buy a new piece of furniture for the house. That's a want. I don't need that thing. And then 20% is going to go into investments. Minimum 20% into investments, 30% goes to your wants, and then 50% goes to your needs. If you can learn that tool, then you can kind of mess with those percentages and see what fits your life best for your goals. Do you have goals of being a multi-millionaire? You probably need to put a lot more of that percentage toward investing. Do you have goals of maybe only having $1 million net worth? Maybe you can bring that percentage down a little bit. You don't have to be at 20, you can maybe be at 15, or you can be at 10, depending on your financial goals. So yeah. Just some thoughts there as it relates to the 50-30-20 rule of budgeting. Another one would just be like tracking everything. I think I don't know, it surprises me that people don't know exactly what their surplus is, or unfortunately, what they're in the negative at the end of each month. Some people are in the negative at the end of each month in the sense that they have more expenses than income, and they just don't know that until they reach the end of the month, and it's like, now I have too much month left at the end of the money. That's what Tony Robbins says. Not a good situation to be in. But most people have a slight surplus, right? They don't know how much that surplus is on a regular basis. So you got to track all your income and expenses. Figure out how much exactly that you're making from all your income streams, your actual, like your main job, your side hustles, your dividends, if you have a stock portfolio, etc. Figure out all the things that you're making money on, and then figure out all the things you're spending money on. Track every single penny so that you can see that surplus, what you have to work with in terms of saving and investing. Those are 2 money management tools I think are absolute necessities to learn in your 20s, okay? Number 6 up here is gonna be having a Roth IRA. Create a Roth IRA and max it out every single month. So in order to max out a Roth IRA, all you have to do is put $500 toward this account every single month. Really quick, what a Roth IRA is, it's an individual retirement account that you're gonna contribute what they call after-tax money. So you're not gonna get a tax break up front for contributing this $6,000 a year, $500 a month, to this account, but all the profit and all the dividends and everything you put in is tax-free after the age of 59 and a half. So this is basically, in my opinion, like a foolproof plan by the time you're 60 to be a millionaire. All right, if you screwed up in every other category and all other investments went belly up and you weren't able to buy a house and you're always a renter, but you're able to contribute $500 a month, and all you do is index this thing in an S&P 500 index fund like VOO or SPY, something like that. If we're just assuming that the stock market does worse than it has over the last forever, and it only gets 8% rather than 10%, if you start investing when you're 20 into a Roth IRA, max it out every single month, and you go until you're 60, just at an 8% return, that's about $1.5 million. Probably the easiest way to foolproof yourself and make sure that no matter what, I become a millionaire. You can do it. It's definitely possible. So that comes with a piece of that's why I put the money management tools first. I need to know those money management tools so that I can figure out how I'm even gonna get to $500 a month saved and invested into my Roth IRA. All right, that shouldn't be the only money we're investing, but if it is, you're still gonna be a millionaire by the time you hit 60, which is just ridiculous, all right? It seems too easy. Seems too good to be true almost. So yeah, that would be my number 6. Put that $500 a month in a Roth IRA, no matter what. Max it out every single year, no matter what. Even if you just set it and forget it, put it in an index fund, and don't even think about it, more than likely you're gonna be a millionaire by the time you're 60. So go ahead and do that. Next one, you gotta have some form, this is number 7, you gotta have some form of an investing plan, okay? This investing plan can be buying real estate and renting it out. This investing plan can be flipping real estate. This investing plan can be investing in index funds in the stock market, or this could be buying individual stocks in the stock market, buying ETFs of a particular sector that you like, something along these lines in the stock market, or it could be buying precious metals, being a gold or silver or platinum investor, or all of the above, right? Being a commodities trader. You could be a cryptocurrency person. I would suggest against that personally, but some people choose to do that, right? So you're gonna have some form of investing plan, be ready to pivot, but also be ready to have a real plan that you can stick to for multiple years at a time. If you change this plan over the course of your life, that's normal, natural, and correct. But figure out something, decide on something in your 20s, go for it all the way so you can see if you're gonna actually have some success with this. An investing plan should be something you enjoy. Okay, so if you don't enjoy real estate, maybe you shouldn't do it. It's not the most sustainable thing for you. If you don't enjoy stock picking, don't be a stock picker. If you don't like reading financial statements and figuring out things about the management team and figuring out things about valuations of companies, don't do it. Okay, it's gotta be something sustainable for you, and that might just be buying index funds, passive index funds that give you somewhere around 8% a year. Okay, that's totally fine and respectable if that's your investing plan, all right? Respect from me. Okay, so gotta have some form of investing plan so that you can get to some level of financial freedom and independence. Okay, number 8, I would assume that you haven't heard this one from someone that's as young as me, okay? If you're gonna have a partner, like a long-term partner in your 20s, please be sure that they know your financial goals. This is going to eliminate a lot of rubs and arguments and tiffs and whatever you want to call them inside of a relationship, and it's going to ensure that you're able to hit your goals a lot better because they're going to have your back. They're going to be supportive of your goals, and they're going to make sure that they're not doing things that's going to hamper your ability to reach your goals as it relates to your investing plan or just your finances in general. So make sure that they know your goals very clearly. All right, and you update them on a regular basis about what's going on with your portfolio and stuff like that. Or just like, it couldn't even be your portfolio. It could just be, you're going for that 50-30-20. You're always going for the 50-30-20. And you're just updating them like, yes, we definitely hit the 50-30-20 this month. Okay, well, something happened this past month and we ended up having too much spent in terms of wants, and I wasn't able to invest my 20%. And I just need to make sure that we're not overspending on our wants, okay? Or, hey, our needs are like too high. They're just too high. We're gonna have to cut costs in some way. Maybe we have to sell this car and buy something cheaper because there's no way I can hit my investing goal, and there's no way we can hit our wants because our needs are just too expensive. So they might need to subsidize their housing or change their housing situation, or they might need to sell a car, like I said, and buy something cheaper. So make sure they know your goals so they can help you. You need a partner that is going to go with you with these financial goals. You should be the leader of this, in my opinion. A little controversial, I guess, but you as the leader moving forward towards your financial goals, your partner should be in your corner, making sure that you're able to make that happen, motivating you, checking in with you, keeping you accountable. All right. So hope if you're still here that this was a super valuable video for you. Wish I would have seen more things like this in my 20s. But we're here now. So, I'm just sharing what I think is valuable and what I would have done if I was able to do it all again. So yeah, I'm not out of my 20s yet. I'm still in my 20s. But anyway, I'm rambling. That's all I got for you in this video. If you're one of our first 100 subscribers, you're a real G. Thank you so much. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right. Bye-bye.